Now I just want to show you one of the greenhouses which has been completely turned over to wicking beds, and the scale of it once again is surprising and amazing. Now they've adapted the wicking bed idea just a tiny little bit, but you can see they're growing the most magnificent kale. And in one part of the video we will talk about how they sell a juicing pack, a really great marketing idea. And of course for that they need a whole lot of top quality kale, and this is where they produce it in wicking beds. Kale.
Yep.
By the miles, look at it.
Basically, for this farm, we rented this farm. We wanted to build a system where we could make a return on our investment before the rental agreement expired.
Okay.
So instead of building a circulating system like the Indy, we went for a wicking bed system to minimize the investment cost. So as you see in the middle, we have the fish tanks.
Okay.
So instead of circulating, we take the water that passes through the biofilter and we send it directly to the plants.
And use it just water it just like you'd water a garden.
Exactly.
And how are you finding the wicking beds working?
Well, it's their second year. As you can see, it works.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working very well at all. Have a look at them. The plants are just beautiful, beautiful growth. So how many square meters is this greenhouse?
This is about 2,200 square meters.
2,200 square meters. The walls, are they concrete block walls? No, that's just the plastic you've got up there.
Yeah, it's just a reflector for the light.
Yep, okay. So we've got kale on that side. That looks like another kind of kale, is it?
Yes. So this farm we mainly utilize we sell a juicing kit, a kale juice kit.
Okay.
So we sell freshly harvested kale, and we package it and clean it so that the users can take it home and then
pop it straight in.
Exactly.
So you got a mixture of kale?
A mixture of kale, yeah. And there's options to buy, apples and different stuff.
So there's clever marketing, making an end product that's consumed directly by the consumer, packaging it for them. So that's what you call value adding in simple marketing terms, isn't it? Value added.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it looks like you've got your same secret soil mix here too, that you're using.
Yes, we actually don't mix anything at all. We rely on the water from the aquaponics system to send all the nutrients.
Okay. So it's just basically an inert.
Exactly. It supports the root system.
Yeah, it's a lot of vermiculite in it, I can see. And these are about to go to seed.
Yes.
Some of them.
So, yeah.
But this is amazing, this particular kale. It just keeps growing, doesn't it? You just keep harvesting. I was at a farm in Texas about a year ago, and the guy had them about this high.
Wow.
He'd been growing them for nearly 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And just harvesting off them, he'd had them tied up with string and they were still going. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing. It was this type. This one's called Tuscan, isn't it? Tuscan?
Yeah, Tuscan.
Yeah.
Dinosaur kale.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Wicking beds, as you know, are a way of conserving water. They have all the same attributes, really, well, not quite all, but most of the same attributes that an aquaponic system does. They're water-wise, and they're able to conserve both the water and the nutrients. When you build up your nutrient base in here by the use of really high-quality composted material and anything else you like to put in there, then it can't get away, because in a regular farm, I don't care how good or how conscientious the farmer is, building up his soil with beautiful compost and humus material, when you get a heavy tropical downpour, or a heavy downpour of any description for that matter, the water goes into the soil and seeps away into the subsoil, and in that action, what does it do? The water is lost to the plants, and more importantly, the nutrient is lost to the plants. But by doing it in a wicking bed system, both the water and the nutrient are trapped. They can't get away. So it's highly efficient use of water and of nutrient that you've developed for your plants. And that's become really important to this particular organisation, because they're long-term growing plants that they want to be able to come and continuously harvest and keep them there growing. Harvest the leaves off as they require them. And I'm just going to harvest one off now and show you just the beautiful quality of it. Have a look at that. The quality is astounding. Beautiful stuff, kale. So this is going to be harvested just like that, leaf at a time, and put into their a juicing pack. A pack that people can buy, which has got kale, a couple of different varieties of kale in it, and other leaves that they've chosen to make up a mix, where Madam can get online on their computer system and they can order and have delivered to their home a juicing pack. What a fantastic marketing idea. And here you can see, here it is, where all this juice, all this wonderful juicing material, high quality juicing material, is grown in wicking beds. Here's another variety of kale. I'm just so excited because some time ago I wrote a blog post and I called it Aquaponics Gold, because any of you who are into health at all will know that kale is just a magnificent part of your juicing program. And look, here's yet another variety of kale. Over here, another variety, and over there, another variety, and behind me here, more of this one. Look at it, absolutely beautiful. It's just in absolutely pristine condition. I just can't get over how good it is. Growing kale in wicking beds, feeding the wicking beds with your fish water, obviously works exceptionally well. I'm so encouraged to see here on this farm that he's running the wicking beds as wicking beds should be run. You know, some people come up with these crazy ideas of trying to run water through them permanently from the fish tank, but these are being run in the correct manner, and the results you can see is just fantastic. Here's a clever little innovation that I've never thought of before, but here's a good one for you in our aquaponics design course, to be able to monitor the depth of water in your bottom of your wicking bed. Look at this. We've got a piece of very lightweight plastic with a float on the bottom, which is floating in the bottom of the wicking bed in the chamber. And you can see we've got red, obviously. If it gets to that, the water level's getting too low. And if we get to red this end, we've put too much water in. And we've got yellow and blue in the middle just to give a contrast. So obviously in an ideal world we'd have it around blue, but look at that. Right now, these beds are probably in need of some more water in a few days' time. Here we're looking at the actual heart of the aquaponics system. We can see the big fish tank in the background there, and we can see the filters. You can see down there the big tanks that are obviously the sumps, and my guess is, just looking at them, probably about 10,000 litres each. And you can see them marked on these. These are the settlement tanks, or we might call them a clarifier, or some people might even call them a swirl filter, which is not technically correct, but you know what I mean. They're 3,000 litres each, so you've got 9,000 litres of that. The water will be passing through slowly, and all the solid material settling out to the bottom and being dealt with. And you can see here the pump controllers. We've got multiple pumps down here in the pit. Some pumps to remove any water if there was a tank burst, and other pumps that are actually circulating the water through the system. There's a lot of background noise here, I'm sorry, because of all the air pumps that are operating. Music to my ears, actually. I love to hear air pumps working. But have a look at this pipe work. Can you imagine that on your home system? I don't think so. What a beauty. But look behind me here. We've actually got a drum filter, an operating drum filter. You can see it here. It's in the backwash cycle at the moment. Actually, this drum filter is just at the end of its wash cycle where it's washing itself down. And you can see the pressure that's coming out of the nozzles is not quite as good as it could be or should be, but that's because it's at the end of its wash cycle. And then over here we've got a moving bed biofilter, which has got clay pebbles in it that are being agitated by the air, and water's running through there, and that's part of the process of dealing with the nitrifying bacteria and making sure that it's got a home. And the drum filter behind us, the screen drum filter, is getting out the real fine material of the fish waste. I just want to point out to you the manifolded pumps down here that are moving water around the system. See them? 1, 2, 3, 4 main pumps, and there's a smaller sub-circulatory pump working there in this particular sump tank in order to keep the water agitated that's in the tank. But there you go, a good example of how to manifold your pumps so they're all operating and you've got multiple pumps doing your work, and you can turn, 3 of those off, can be turned off possibly, and you can operate them so you've always got a backup system. If you have one pump fail, it's not going to be the end of your aquaponics system.